What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is officially the end of January 2026, and if you thought your wallet was going to get a break after the holidays, I have some bad news for you. We are looking at potentially the biggest year in gaming history. I'm not just talking about GTA 6 finally landing this holiday season. I'm talking about massive AAA bangers dropping literally next week. From the return of classic survival horror to brand new IPs that look absolutely next-gen, the schedule is packed. I've broken down the 16 biggest games you need to know about this year, ranging from the immediate February hits to the massive open worlds of December. So grab your controller and check your bank account balance. Here are the best upcoming games of 2026. Let's get into it. Nioh 3. We are kicking this list off with a game that is quite literally knocking on our door. Releasing on February 6th, Nioh 3 sees Team Ninja returning to what they do best: crushing difficulty and fast-paced mythological combat. After experimenting with open worlds in Rise of the Ronin, they have brought that technology back to the Nioh universe. The new open field system allows for seamless exploration of a demon-infested Japan without losing the tight, claustrophobic level design we love. With 4 new weapon types and a transformed yokai shift mechanic, this isn't just a sequel, it is an evolution. If you have been craving a challenge to start 2026, your wait is officially over next week. February is absolutely stacked because just a few weeks later, the king of survival horror returns. Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th mainline entry, drops on February 27th. We are finally returning to the quarantine zone of Raccoon City, playing as both the legendary Leon Kennedy and new protagonist Grace Ashcroft. What makes this entry so exciting is the new Stalker system featuring the antagonist, Victor Gideon. The AI learns from your playstyle in real time, making every encounter terrifyingly unpredictable. Capcom has also implemented a seamless switch between first-person and third-person modes, giving us the best of both worlds. This is easily the biggest horror release of the last 5 years. 3. Crimson Desert. Moving into the visual heavyweights, we have Crimson Desert. We have been waiting for this since it was delayed out of 2025, but looking at the latest gameplay, the polish was worth the wait. Pearl Abyss has created an open-world RPG that seemingly lets you do everything: wrestle dragons mid-flight, engage in massive siege warfare, or just play music in a tavern. The proprietary Black Space engine is pushing graphical fidelity that honestly makes other current-gen games look dated. It is a single-player epic that blends the gritty political intrigue of Game of Thrones with the magical combat of high fantasy. Expect this to be a massive contender for Game of the Year. 007 First Light. It has been over a decade since we had a proper James Bond game, but IO Interactive is finally breaking that silence this May with 007 First Light. Unlike previous movie tie-ins, this is a completely original origin story, showing us how a young Bond earned his 00 status. Coming from the creators of Hitman, we can expect a sandbox design that rewards creativity over run-and-gun action. The emphasis here is on espionage, gadgets, and social stealth, blending into high society parties before infiltrating secure facilities. If they can capture the suave atmosphere of Bond with the tactical depth of Agent 47, this will be the ultimate spy fantasy. Number 5. Phantom Blade Zero. If you watched any of the showcases last year, you know exactly why Phantom Blade Zero is on this list. This is Kung Fu Punk at its finest. While it draws inspiration from Souls-likes, the developers have made it clear this is about speed and style, not just punishing difficulty. The combat animations are fluid and cinematic, allowing you to chain together lightning-fast combos that look like they belong in a martial arts film. Set in a dark, rain-soaked world filled with steampunk weaponry and occult magic, the atmosphere is unmatched. It releases later this spring, and it looks ready to set a new standard for action combat. 6. Grand Theft Auto 6. We all knew this was coming.
It was supposed to be the holiday title of 2025, but after the delays, Grand Theft Auto 6 is officially the titan of late 2026. Rockstar is taking us back to Vice City in what promises to be the most immersive open world ever simulated. We are following the Bonnie and Clyde-inspired duo, Jason and Lucia, through a satire of modern American culture that feels more relevant than ever. The density of the crowds, the improved police AI, and the sheer scale of the map are generations ahead of GTA 5. Mark my words, when this drops, the entire gaming industry is going to pause.
Number 7. Marvel's Wolverine. While Xbox has its RPGs, PlayStation is bringing the violence with Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac Games prove they understand superheroes with Spider-Man, but Logan is a different beast entirely. This is a mature-rated game, meaning we are finally getting the visceral, bloody combat that Wolverine fans have been begging for. The dismemberment mechanics and the real-time regeneration damage system look incredible. You can literally see Logan's battle damage heal as you fight. The story is rumored to be a tighter, more linear narrative focused on Logan's dark past rather than a massive open world, which sounds like the perfect direction for this character. 8. Forza Horizon 6. It has been 5 years since we tore up the streets of Mexico, and racing fans are hungry. Forza Horizon 6 is expected to launch this holiday season, utilizing the full power of the updated console hardware. While Playground Games has been tight-lipped about the location, with rumors swinging between Japan and Germany, we know the formula works. Expect dynamic seasons, the largest car roster in history, and a festival atmosphere that makes you never want to leave. The lighting engine upgrades shown in early tech demos suggest photorealism is finally within reach. This will be the definitive showcase for your 4K setup.
9. Ananta. Formerly known by the codename Project Mugen, Ananta is the wild card of 2026. This is an open-world urban RPG that feels like a collision between Grand Theft Auto and high-octane anime. The traversal is the star of the show here. Characters can swing through skyscrapers like Spider-Man, run up walls, and engage in high-speed car chases through the neon-lit city of Nova Inception Urbs. It is a free-to-play title, which usually raises eyebrows, but the production value is undeniably AAA. With its unique art style and fluid combat, this has the potential to be the next massive live service obsession.
10. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. For those who miss the golden era of narrative-driven action games, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is your savior. Directed by Amy Hennig, the creator of Uncharted, this game is purely focused on storytelling. You control 4 characters, including a young Captain America and the WW2-era Black Panther, Azuri, in occupied Paris. The visuals, powered by Unreal Engine 5.4, are startlingly realistic. The facial animations alone blur the line between game and live-action film. It's not about grinding levels or loot, it's about living through a cinematic Marvel blockbuster. Expect a shorter, punchier experience that stays with you long after the credits roll. In an era of 100-hour RPGs and endless live services, Samson is a breath of fresh air. This is the debut title from Liquid Swords, a studio founded by the creator of Just Cause. But don't expect chaos, expect precision. It's a gritty, single-player action game set in the fictional city of Tyndallston, where you play a hitman working off a debt. There is no multiplayer and no microtransactions, just raw, hard-hitting combat and a noir story about consequences. The developers have compared the gameplay loop to a playable John Wick movie, focusing on tactical gunplay and environmental takedowns. It lands early this year. 12. Fable. The wait has been excruciating, but the Fable reboot is finally a reality in 2026. Playground Games has taken the whimsical DNA of the original franchise, the British humor, the chicken kicking, the morality choices, and injected it with next-gen technology. We return to Albion as a new hero, and the world looks absolutely magical, from giant beanstalks to terrifying werewolves. What stands out most is the tone. It manages to be funny and charming without sacrificing the stakes of the story. After years of silence, it looks like Xbox finally has the premier fantasy RPG they have been promising us.
Now, let's get weird. Reanimal is the spiritual successor to Little Nightmares, coming from the original creators at Tarsier Studios. If you played their previous games, you know the drill. Unsettling atmosphere, grotesque creature designs, and a feeling of constant dread. This time, the horror is designed for co-op. You and a friend play as two orphaned siblings navigating a hellish island filled with distorted animals and monsters. The Uncanny Valley art style is more disturbing than ever. It is dropping later this year, and it looks like the perfect game to ruin your sleep schedule.
High on Life is officially back, and yes, it's just as unhinged as you're hoping. High on Life 2 takes everything that made the original a cult hit and cranks it up to 11. The Talking Guns return with an entirely new lineup, meaning fresh personalities, sharper jokes, and way less recycled humor this time around. Combat has been expanded with deeper skill trees, more enemy variety, and larger, more open alien worlds that reward exploration. Squanch Games is also leaning harder into player choice, with branching missions and endings shaped by how chaotic or merciful you decide to be. It's louder, weirder, and more confident. If the first game made you laugh, this sequel looks ready to become a full-blown classic.
15. Chronicles Medieval. For the strategy and simulation fans, Chronicles Medieval is the sleeper hit you need to watch. Entering early access this year, this sandbox RPG promises a level of depth we rarely see. You start as a lowly peasant with nothing and must survive the harsh elements, eventually rising to become a lord or king. Unlike other survival games that rely on procedural generation, the developers have built a massive 100% handcrafted map using Unreal Engine 5. It combines the combat of chivalry with the economy management of a city builder. It's ambitious, gritty, and perfect for anyone who wants to lose hundreds of hours building a dynasty.
Finally, we have Blackwood, a game that thrives on its unique premise. Set in 2012 New York, this third-person thriller forces you to live a double life. By day, you are managing a mundane DVD rental store, dealing with customers and inventory. By night, you are a ruthless contract killer cleaning up the city's underworld. The tension comes from balancing these two lives, making sure your legitimate business stays afloat while you execute high-stakes hits. The shift in tone from quiet shop management to explosive violence creates a gameplay loop we haven't seen before. It's stylish, narrative-heavy, and definitely one to keep on your radar for Q3.
And there you have it, the 16 heavy hitters that are going to define 2026. Looking at this list, it's honestly hard to choose, but we are starting strong with Nioh 3 and Resident Evil right around the corner. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which one of these is your absolute day one pre-order? Are you saving everything for GTA 6, or are you diving into Wolverine and Fable first? Let me know down there. If you enjoyed the list, smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss our reviews when these games actually drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.